Hey guys, so I saw these weird paints at DAISO and it said watercolor, but they didn't look like watercolor paints. I've never seen them come in cylinders before, so I really wanted to try them. They looked really interesting. I kind of wanted to test them out and see how they were different from the other watercolor paints that I've tried. So they were definitely really weird and strange to use. The texture of the paints were like jelly, like it would bounce back if I touched it, which was something I've never seen before in watercolor paints. It was really interesting to use in general. They definitely aren't great paints. They're not artist quality, and I would describe them student grade. They're kind of weird. The pigmentation is not great. It's pretty student grade. The way that it paints, you can see the strokes of your brush and, anything you would expect from student grade paint. So it's not that great, but it was definitely really fun to try out. And you'll see me painting a little picture and comparing it to Magello paints. So basically I'm going to paint the same picture using the DAISO paint and the Magello paint. Magello is artist grade and DAISO is, it was $1.50 for all of them. I'm doing a couple of swatches here, and I just wanted to show what it was like to paint with it. So some colors were better than others, like the red was okay and the blue was okay too. The green was really strange. It was really streaky and not pigmented. The form that the watercolor paints come in is kind of not great. You can't really travel with it. You have to keep it at home. But I think they're definitely just a fun set of paints to have if you want to experiment a little. So one thing about the DAISO paints that I actually came to like was that they were so weird to use that I found that I was a lot more experimental with them. Like, I wasn't really careful or precise about what I was doing. I just really did whatever I wanted and experimented a lot with it, which I find that I don't do that often with the Magello paints. I feel like I know the Magello paints too well to experiment a lot with it, but with the DAISO paints, I was layering and doing a lot of other things that I normally wouldn't do with the Magello paints. It was kind of more fun to use the DAISO paints, especially when I was adding the whites. It kind of came all together. So I'm painting the Magello side right now, and you can see that I get the pigmentation right away. So with the DAISO paints, I couldn't get it as dark as I wanted it to be. It just dried kind of milky, and the paint wasn't pigmented enough for it to be dark. But with the Magello, I got the darkness almost immediately. And yeah, with the Magello, it was a lot easier to kind of get a cloudy, foamy feel. The DAISO paints tended to dry and stain the paper really quickly, so it was kind of hard to lift off the paper. So the Magella White, it was a lot easier to get different kind of opacities with the Magello, but with the DAISO I found that I could get a lot of more interesting textures. So I think there's a pro and con to both brands. So if you guys do want to try out the DAISO paints, they have it there. Again, it's just $1.50. They also have a different watercolor set that I tried out in my cheap art supply challenge video, so I'll leave a link to that in the description and at the end of this video. But yeah, this was a really fun video. I had a lot of fun just experimenting with the DAISO paints. It definitely performed a lot better than I thought it would, so yeah. Okay, so more videos to come, and yes, my New Year's resolution was to sketch more and to make more videos, which was a pretty obvious New Year's resolution for me. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching, and yeah, bye guys.